What's up guys? I'm back and I got another lure making video. I told you guys I was gonna be making more. Completely kind of addicted and immersed into it now. But today I'm gonna make a mini glide bait. So we went big with the first one, a 6-inch, a little over 6-inch glide bait. On this one, I'm gonna go the opposite direction and make us a mini glide bait. If you're like me, you've been on Instagram and you've seen these mini glide baits. Maxed Fishing Raptor is the one that comes to mind. I kind of see that one advertised a bunch. They're kind of cool little 2-inch glide baits, and that's kind of what I based this off of. My design, I wanted to keep it the same size, but kind of make it my own. So here's what it looks like. And I did kind of an internal view of what I got going on so I could do all my hook hangers, kind of the spots where I'm going to do my weights. The basic design kind of doesn't really resemble, it's not really a shad, it's kind of almost like a little angry bass. I'll probably do a shad color on it. I might do a bluegill pattern, I'm not sure yet. I did buy an airbrush, so I do have an airbrush now, so hopefully I can make a little bit better paint job. I've got it already glued up on some 1/2-inch poplar. So I'm gonna start cutting this out and get them shaped. Let's go. Okay, so here are the little guys profiled out, pretty small. I do like the shape of them. Now I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do on the tail. So I may lop this off and then put like a Lexan tail on it, or I might just carve it all the way. I'm not sure. Probably is the right thing to do so the wood doesn't break off. All right, so I did decide to go ahead and chop the little tails off, the wooden tails, and do Lexan, so I'll do that. But now I'm just gonna mark center, get everything ready to drill and cut, I think. I kind of sketched this profile from the overhead kind of view. I went kind of blunt on the front. I don't want to be super rounded there, and then it's gonna be a straight cut, and then just beveling that to where it gets a pretty good chop action. There's just not a lot of room to work, so I'm gonna have to be careful about all my locations for my hook hangers, my eyelets, and my weights, all this stuff. So I'm gonna sketch that out now and then try to figure out if I need to just shave off this. You know, there's really not that much to take off if you look at that. So I think I'm just gonna use the razor knife and try to kind of do most of this work by hand because these things are pretty small. I could take them over to the belt grinder, but I thought I'd see if I could do it with the knife. Maybe I need to make a few more marks here. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna drill those first. Definitely not as fast as the belt sander, but probably a lot more accurate. This thing's so hard to hold on to. I almost have to card towards my thumb. I don't recommend it, but I'm going really easy. Still trying to figure out how to shape these lures. I am definitely no lure expert. I'm learning. A lot of learning going on. Well, dang, that took a lot longer than I thought. Kind of got them all whittled down. They're not perfect. I think I'm gonna sand them next, do some sanding. Get them cleaned up. They're a little chubbier than I thought, but man, I don't wanna make them too skinny because I don't know where I'm gonna, I wanna be kind of strong, so. I don't think they're too bad, but if I need to, I'll skinny them up a little bit. But hand sanding. So I want the angry eyes, but all I've got is like the round eyes. So what I think I'm gonna do is try to cut it in half. To kind of, I may even paint them black. I don't know. I may leave them this color, but I'm gonna try to cut this perfectly in half. I'm gonna put them somewhere like that. You guys see that? I think that's kind of what I want the eyes to look like, but I'm gonna try to like take the razor and kind of cut them down in there and recess them. So all I did was just cut one of the normal eyes in half. So I think it'll look kind of cool. We'll see. I guess while I go ahead and carve out those eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and do the gills and the lips. Kind of want to have this grumpy little face and just one single gill. So not a lot of detail, but just enough to give it something. So I'm gonna kind of mark that out. It looks pretty close. I don't know why lures went this way. Like people start making these little angry faces and stuff. They're kind of silly, but I think they kind of look cool. So I kind of like them. I'm gonna do it even though it's kind of silly. It doesn't look like a real fish, but that's okay. Got to have a little style and flair to it. Okay, now we're gonna try carving these. Such a pain in the butt to try and carve that little eyeball, a little eye socket out. It's a tough little shape to carve. All right. Whew. That was tough. These little guys are freaking hard to carve and sand, but I got them about as good as I think I'm gonna get them. I don't know, they look pretty cool. Kind of look like a grumpy little fish. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do on these guys is go ahead and get my joint cut and the slot for my tail fin. So probably do the tail fin first, then cut the joint in half, and then start working on cutting out the spots for the hardware slip over. So again, I haven't made that many lures, so trying to figure out the sequencing of all this, still a little bit new to me, trying to figure it out. So might be doing things kind of backwards in spots, but you know, I'm learning, I'm working, I'm trying to figure it out. I'll get better over time, I'm sure, of how to sequence all this the best. So let's go. I'm wondering if I should have made the tail first, and that way I know how far to go. Again, my sequencing, so I'll probably go make the tail real quick, but you know, trial and error, trying to learn. Okay, got my tails made, so now I can start fitting these little guys. Gotta be careful not to put too much pressure on these little pieces, snap them off. Just trying to sneak up on this thing. Okay, so we're in, but our tail fin is way too long. So I want to cut that guy down a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and cut and file the other one. That looks much better. Let's see. It's hard to see that little guy, but yeah, I like that better. Maybe a little more tweaking, but I'll go ahead and do the next one. Okay, got the tails cut. I got the slots cut. Got them put in here. Just got them dry fitted for now. So that's kind of what they look like, which I think look really good. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this joint, and I think at some point future build. So subscribe so you can see later. Tune in. I like this little profile. I think I might make it like a lipless crankbait. Put the tie right up here on top of the head, and then maybe arch this a little bit more. And I think that guy would be a pretty sweet little lipless crankbait. So, but let's get this joint cut. So we got them cut out. I did label them A and B, so I keep them straight. So I think the thing I need to do next is try to get this little notch cut out for this side, get the holes drilled for my hinge eyelets and pin. So I'm gonna mark that all out, drill this, cut this, and then see if we can get it to fit back, and then we'll have to drill the pin that goes down through this tailpiece. Dang it, I got a little dent there from clamping the vise. Dang it, I might freehand the next one. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I definitely felt it go through the other holes. I'm definitely gonna probably have a conflict with this one hitting this one and hitting this one. I don't know, see if I can sneak them all by. I think what I'm gonna end up doing though, once I start getting into really making all these and maybe even make a mold for this, I think I might like doing that. I'm gonna buy some of the more heavier duty hardware for these guys that I think at like Barlow's Tackle, some of these other places sell, instead of doing these twisted wire ones, so that they're a little bit more perfect. But I think it'll work for now. So now I really just need to mark this guy where I'm gonna notch out for. So I'm just gonna kind of line it up by eye. Okay, B and B marked. Take that to the bandsaw here in a second. All right, I'm just gonna get in there and kind of clean that two little slots up with the file. Got that all cleaned up. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and lay out my pinhole. Putting it over there as you guys can see. Mark that out, but I guess I'm doing this right. Man, it doesn't feel like there's much room there. Take my pencil and kind of make a mark. Try to make sure it's roughly center. Kind of right there. That is not a lot of wood in between that hole and here, so hope that's gonna be strong enough. All right, so right quick, before I move on, I'm going to test. I really quickly made another one of these tail pieces. I'm gonna put a pin in. I just feel like it's really kind of not much material holding this. So I'm gonna put it in a vise, see if I can pull it out and kind of just do some, little quality test. See if it's gonna work. Okay, it's fairly strong, stronger than I probably thought. Hopefully the fish doesn't tear it apart. Nip that guy off. I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit so that it's not as tight, so take a little bit of material off. Sand it down a little bit. See if that fits any better. Fits pretty snug in there. Kind of crooked. Little crooked going in there. I think I'm gonna have to cut my slots a little deeper because I do not think there's gonna be room for my hook hangers or for my hinges. See if this looks a little better. See if this works a little better. So we got B, B. I think what I'm gonna have to do though is make sure I don't glue my hinges as tight. Okay. So yeah, might have to leave those hinges, or my pins for the hinges, my little hooks, leave them out a little bit more. I think that is going to work. Oh, this one is significantly off. Look how bad that is. Oh my gosh. What the heck do I do to fix that? Jeez. That one is crooked as crap. Yeah, that's off a little bit up there. Maybe I can adjust the hangers. Guess my holes weren't good in the line. You can see, thinking maybe I can just tweak these top ones off. So, all right, I don't know if you can see, but I put a little jog in it. Hey, there we go. Okay, I was kind of panicked there for a minute. That pretty much fixed it. So, hey, see, hey, I'm learning. Just tweaking those little hinge hooks, or whatever you want to call them, eyelets. Kind of lined everything back up. Sweet. I think I'm ready to epoxy all the hardware in. Oh crap, I almost forgot I need to bevel this so that we actually have, you know, I want it to be probably like that far. So yeah, I'm going to go over to the belt sander and bevel these corners here so that we can actually get some choppy glide action. All right, well, now I got pretty much free range motion of this little joint. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's where I want to be. That way it'll just chop, pretty tight pattern, but chop pretty quick. I think I'm going to seal these up now, try to get them all, the wood all sealed up. Now I'm going to use this polyurethane to seal up the wood. Kind of what I've seen other guys do. I got a few comments on some of the other one of the other videos saying I should use epoxy or maybe CA glue. Seemed to work okay last time using the polyurethane, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to dunk them in the polyurethane and then hang them up to dry. I'll just leave them set overnight to dry. Okay, well, I've got the pin in, and I did go ahead and put some super glue in there to seal it up. Now I'm kind of stuck. I can't really take it apart again if I need to, and I don't really know if you should do that, but I didn't really know how else to seal it up so the wood wouldn't get wet down in that little hole. I didn't think my polyurethane was enough, but I got the hooks on this little guy. Now looking at it, and the hooks are kind of big, and you can see that they did kind of, they can get hung up on each other, which is not good, obviously. But I don't really go too much smaller. I could spread this one out probably a little further, maybe next time. But anyways, we're gonna go to the water tank and test it out. This is with no weight in it, and just see how it sits in the water, and then start adding weight. Okay, it actually sits in there pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna have to add a terrible amount of weight. So I got my weight added. If you watched my other video where I made the bit bigger glide bait, all I did was take a hot glue gun and just hot glue these weights on so that I can easily pop them off. So let's see what this looks like. Well, I think he sunk a little too fast. Pop off one of these weights. See what that looks like. Still sunk pretty fast, and he kind of sunk with his tail first, so I'm going to take that one off the back, see what that looks like. Ooh, I like that. Dang, he sunk pretty even too. Yeah, I like that. Let's see if he just plops in the water and see what that looks like. I think that's it. Dang, that didn't take very much weight at all. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. That was a lot easier than the giant glide bait. If you guys watched that video, I was struggling with that one. Obviously, it's a lot smaller bait, big hooks, everything else. So all I have is just that one little split shot right there that I've got to do. So as you guys can see, the hot glue comes right off. doesn't stick to anything, doesn't make a mess. It's easy to do. So, you know, if you're doing it, just a little shot with a hot glue gun. Thanks to Zimtex. I can't remember that guy's. I need to find out what his name is. His channel. Saw that little tip on his channel. So now I'm just going to kind of smash this thing so it's a little bit rounder. And then I've got my Forstner bit. Drill that dude out and sink him in there. That's pretty dang close there. That was a lot of super glue. Some of you guys are doing an awesome job in the comments helping out and giving suggestions, so I love that. Appreciate that, guys. Keep the comments coming. I enjoy reading them. And I learn from them, and then other people may be able to learn from them a little bit too. If they read through the comments. All right, dude, what do you think of these?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know which one's yours yet, A or B, but they're pretty much identical. But I need to paint them next. So what do you want yours to look like? What color?
What were you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna do mine kind of like a minnow pattern. So kind of like maybe white, silver with like a dark stripe down the side and maybe like a darker top. And I'm gonna do scales. I am gonna do like a scale pattern.
I think you should just make it into like a little baby bass.
You want yours to be a baby bass?
Yeah, just like a little
okay.
baby bass.
Oh, that's a good challenge.
He looks a little like an angry little bass.
That's what I thought he'd look like a little angry little bass too. Okay, so I'll do mine a minnow and I'll do yours.
It's like a little bass.
A bass. What color eyes does he need to have?
He's red eyes.
Red eyes? Okay. I'll do red eyes. Angry bass and a little minnow. There you go. This will be a good challenge because I got the airbrush and ooh, that's a lot of work. I don't know if I can do it. We'll see.
I think you got it.
We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, I tried to freehand that gill. I screwed that up. Okay, not bad. That side turned out a little better. My first time trying to do this. So that's kind of what I was going for, which I'm probably a little darker on the top, but I still want to try to do the black line down the middle there. Something like that, maybe. Kind of got a little fat right there, but Yeah, that one turned out a little better. Kind of hard to show, guys. I'm sorry. This is a little new to me. Trying not to completely screw it up. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought. First time really using an airbrush. I've used one like 25 years ago probably or something, just playing around. First time actually trying to do a project. I'm pretty happy with it, I think. I'm actually way more happier with the little bass guy that Colton wanted. I think the shad minnow, really was trying to go for more of a minnow. Turned out a little darker than I thought. I could always go back and hit it with some more gold there on top, but I'm probably just gonna roll with it. All in all, I think I'm pretty happy with them. But yeah, I really like the bass. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these dry good. And I think then I will go ahead and glue the eyes on. And pretty much after that, clear coat it, done. So we're about to wrap this thing up. Oh, that was a lot of glue. Got a little carried away with the glue, but it'll all get clear coated. All right, so it's time to put the clear coat on. I'm gonna use some DevCon 2-ton clear epoxy for my clear coat. Did it on the last one. The big glide baits seemed to work pretty good. It's pretty thick though. And you guys probably saw this coming from when I glued in the pins, but probably kind of screwed that up, rookie mistake, not doing it two pieces completely separate. Because now I'm not really for sure how I'm going to clear coat this without just epoxy and everything together. So I think what I'm actually going to try to do is do this the front one, part of the body first, let that set, and then do the back part so that maybe they don't kind of glue themselves together. But the joint's going to be tough. I'm just going to slather it in there and then probably keep working it. I'm just going to rotate it by hand. I don't have a turner or nothing, so I'm just going to have to do the best I can. We'll see what happens. It's so hard getting it in that little joint. That was a big mistake on my part. Because now look how, I don't know if you guys can see that, how filled up that joint is. It's going to be really hard to not keep it from wanting to glue itself together. I think this has got a 30-minute work time, so I've got some time. Just got to make sure I don't let it glue itself together. Oh my gosh. This is going to be impossible. May have royally screwed this up. Gosh, I'm just trying to clear off this excess. I don't know that this is going to work. Probably not going to be a very pretty clear coat. Well, this is a bit of a disaster, but gosh, I worked so hard to get them here. Now I'm going to kind of set like that. I don't know how I'm going to keep them from gluing the joint together. What an idiot. So dumb. You guys probably saw it coming, and which I kind of did too, and I've been kind of maybe putting it off a bit, knowing that it was coming, and I kind of screwed up, but let's see if I can get it to work. So I think what I'll do is I'll just leave them hanging just like that, and then just come down here every so often. I'm just going to keep moving that joint, so as it dries, everything else dries, that joint just keeps getting loosened up. I don't know what else to do. I'm not going to really, I think I'm just going to leave them like this, so if they end up dripping, you know, that's just going to be the way it is. I might have to clean up something on the tail, but kind of put myself in a bad spot. I'm just going to keep doing that every so often to try and keep that. Well, that was kind of a big hot mess. You guys were probably thinking, what an idiot. I was thinking what an idiot. I'm gonna have to work these out now. I kind of just kept working them as the epoxy was setting up. Totally screwed up this one. You can see right here, like right there, it stuck itself, and then stuck to the side, and then just pulled it off. You know, you kind of live and learn. I knew that going in when I glued that pin in there. I thought, ooh, I probably shouldn't have done that, but there was no going back, and I wanted to keep going. So this is, you know, prototype. What do they call a little R&D, research and development. So I'm gonna just work these joints out. I think actually what I'm gonna do is get my razor blade in there and kind of cut away at some of that epoxy that's in there, because this one's really pretty stiff, but I think I can get them loosened up to where they'll work. So. I think I got it pretty good. We'll see. I can always do it more. Well, there you go, guys. Finished them. All it's left to do is test them, get them out in the water, see how they swim, and most importantly, see if they catch fish. This was a pretty cool little build. I'm pretty happy with these. Kind of screwed up. You guys saw that. Hopefully recovered from it. Don't know that they're going to have as good of action as if I did it probably the right way. But all in all, at the end of the day, these things turned out pretty dang cool. I really like the little baby bass one the best. That guy turned out really, really cool. So we'll see if they swim, see how they do.
I am now.
All right, let's go. Let's catch something on the mini glides. See if they work. I'll get my stuff loaded up. You go ahead.
Oh, my drag's down here.
Oh my God. Now what are you gonna do?
All right, let's see if this works first. Chuck it out there. Let it sink a bit. Man, this lure is like very light. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. Oh, fish. Nice fish. Yes. Oh my gosh. My freaking broken net. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah. It's official.
Let's freaking go. Oh, shoot. All right. Bye, buddy. Finally got it on the net.
There's kind of a look of the action, guys. When it goes pretty good, but man, once it gets tangled and kind of roll, you see how it rolled? I think that's because I got a swivel tied on, or snap tied on. So I think I'm about ready to change it.
Oh my God, I see another fish. Literally right below, there's another fish there. I think things need to sink some more.
All right, I'm gonna take this snap off and see what that does to the action. Let's see. It looks pretty good when it's going. Got a little nibble. Gosh dang, I just can't get the hook up. Oh wait, look at that. Hey, it's official. I did get the hook up and it's a sunfish. Not exactly the species I was looking for, but hey, you know what? It's official now. It caught a fish. There we go. See you, buddy. I won't discriminate. God, my kayak is a muddy mess. Oh, maybe that's one. Come on. Ah. Are you kidding me? Another sunfish. I just created the ultimate sunfish bluegill catching lure. Yeah, nice little fish. Hungry little guy, I guess. See you, buddy. Slaying the bluegill today, the sunfish.
Alright, I'm in the standing up mood.
No, I am too.
The water is actually kind of warm. I don't know.
It's not that cold, really.
Oh, jeez. Yep, nice. Shoot, this one actually doesn't look that bad. Oh, it's a crappie. Oh, this is a good crappie.
Oh, it's a nice crappie. Wait.
Oh, geez, it's actually like a really good crappie. It's a good eating size. Oh, gosh. I don't know. You flop around. Alright, oh, we got fun. Alright, buddy, I'm sorry for the hold up. I've been slow today. Very slow today.
Thought I had one. Oh, I do have one. Oh, woo, fish on. Man, I am slaying the little fish today. Whoa, almost got me in the face. There we go. Hey, the little guy, that's okay. I'm still loving it. Just a little bitty guy, but you know what? I'll take it. All right, see ya, buddy. Let's see if we can find your big brother. I'm gonna just let this thing sink a while. It takes a long time to sink. It's really slow, which I thought I wanted a really slow one, but I think I maybe want it to sink a little faster. Oh, fish on. Not very big, but get him in the boat. All right, there we go. Oh, look at him, just freaking scarfing it. That's a pretty bass too. He's got a dark line going down him. All right, buddy, let's get you unhooked. Look at that. Yeah, that's a good looking fish. There we go. Nice one. All right. See you, buddy. That was fun. Let's see if we can do that again. Any more luck? Come over this way. I've caught a couple. I want a bigger one. Oh, bite. Fish on. Fish on. Better get over here. Ah, yes. Another one about the same size. Hold on. I'll get you off. Hold on. Don't hook me. Easy. Ow, that's in my finger. Here we go. Woohoo! It's official, boys. This little guy's catching fish.
Nice. He's catching. Oh, yep. On. Shoot. Oh, gosh. Do not flop off. Oh, flip master. There we go. Let's see, let's get on the measure board real quick. Like almost right at 12 inches. Bye, buddy.
Let's sink a little bit more. Oh, that's a little better fish. Fish on. Yep, not the best fish, but I thought it was a better fish, but it's still a good little fish. I'll take it. Nice little bass. See you, buddy. Okay, now we're starting to get into a groove. Oh, fish on. Little guy. Oh, geez. Nope, Colton's got a fish. Hook's it. Come on. Fish on. Hey, all right. All right, there we go. Officials. This thing catches fish. It's awesome. It's fun. Keep saying last cast, and then I throw one more. I can't help it. It's too much fun. Yep, fish on. Another little guy, but I don't care. I made that lure. I made this lure. So much fun. Catching a bass on the lure you made. So cool. Loving it. Love it. Bolton got one on. I don't even care, it's just pond fishing. People can go, oh, well, try it on a lake. Well, I will, but I only had time to go to the pond. And I can have just as much fun fishing a pond as I can a lake, especially with my boy, when he's catching fish. All right, guys, there you go. It's official. Little guy catches some fish. Really digging it too. So much fun. All right, back to the truck.